Hello again, good people. Syrian here. Tonight from midnight, our little country of New Zealand goes into the red traffic light system. Some strange, weird system that our Prime Minister has, in her wisdom, decided to set up basically to control us. And it's not going to affect me at all. I don't care. I'm not interested in her policies. I'm not interested in her traffic light system. I'm not interested in her COVID. I'm certainly not interested in her vaccine. I'm not anti-vax. I'm a pro-choicer. I'm a confirmed, hard out, stand up for your rights pro-choicer. If you want to get vaccinated, then you go right ahead. I don't have a difficulty with that. But don't feed me the bullshit line that by being unvaccinated, I'm endangering your life. Because even those that are vaccinated can still catch it, you can still spread it. That has been proven so recently by only vaccinated people arriving in the country and bringing Omicron with them. It has been proven by Samoa having to go into lockdown because a plane load of people, all vaccinated from Australia, went to Samoa and took the virus with them. So don't give me that crap about being unvaccinated puts everybody else at risk, because that is just bullshit, and I'm tired of bullshit. Recently, there was an article in News Hub and in stuff about a delightful little cafe in Geraldine called Q. Great little place. Carl, who owns it, and his fantastic staff run a great ship. They are pro-choice. Anybody's welcome in that place. They don't demand to see your vaccine passes. They have all the regulatory signs on the windows, and they're following the letter of the law, but they're just pro-choice. Anyway, resulting from that article, somebody wrote Carl a letter, and I want to share it with you, and then we'll have a look at it. So it's not dated and it's not signed, and I guess that shows you the level of intelligence of the person who wrote it. But it states, "You utter turd brains. Do you wear a seatbelt when travelling in a vehicle? Would you wear a crash helmet if riding a motorcycle? Do you drive on the left-hand side of the road? And would you drive on the right-hand side of the road in Europe, or insist on your rights, in quotation marks, to drive on the side you're used to? The laws relating to the above matters are there to protect the individuals who obey them and the community in general. What is the difference between these laws and the requirement to be vaccinated if you are to be involved in certain activities? The war against COVID is just that, a war, and we will only win it if everyone plays their part. Time to grow up and face reality. I hope you contract COVID." Now there's a nice little thing. "Then you might realise how hard our government is trying to help us, and I am not a Labour supporter." No signature, no date. You might not be a Labour supporter, but you're still an idiot, a keyboard warrior who hides behind a no name and a no date and no place of where you sent the letter from. We used to say, ignore these people, they're not worth it. But I don't think we should ignore them anymore. I think we should point out just how wrong they are. Firstly, comparing the mandates to vaccinate to wearing seatbelts or driving on the correct side of the road has about the same comparison or is about as useful as having tits on a duck. It really is. There is no comparison to be made that can even come close to what the writer of the letter says. Secondly, to say to somebody, "I hope you get COVID," and then you'll realise what we're doing. Thirdly, there is a war against COVID in this country. No, there's not. We're not at war with COVID. We're at war with the tyranny that is selling this country out. This is not who we are, New Zealand. Writing letters like that, being underhand, hiding in the darkness or behind a no name. This is not who we are, and it's not who we should be. We should be standing together. We should be supporting one another. I support Carl and his team at Q. I really do support them for standing up and saying, I don't believe you're right, and I want the choice to do what I believe is right. The laws that have been passed in this country in recent times under the cover of COVID are nothing but ridiculous. There is theft of farmland, there is theft of water assets, there is theft of infrastructure, there is the changing of the name of the country, which I don't have a problem with calling it Aotearoa. I don't. But it's the underhand way that this government is doing things. And then just recently I saw a video of our illustrious Prime Minister making a comment to a reporter who asked her how she felt about the signs and pictures she passed, signs and photographs she passed to her news conference showing the deaths and the adverse effects from the vaccinations. Her response was to chuckle and smile and say, they're alleged. The word we use is alleged. That's about all we have come to expect from this Prime Minister. Nothing good will come out of this. So to the person who wrote the letter to Carl and his team, I say you're a numbnuts. If you want to hide behind a face of anonymity, then you go right ahead. But I would respect you much more, and so would Carl and his team, and many, many others of us in New Zealand would respect you and people like you if you would come out and show your face and state your name and share what you have to share. We'll listen to you. We may not agree with you, but that is our right. But we will listen to you. Don't go hiding behind the skirts of anonymity. Don't be a mummy's boy and be afraid to show your face. I don't know why I think it's a boy, but I have a very strong feeling that it was a male involved in this. So that's it. That's all I really wanted to say. Carl and his team at Q and Geraldine do a fantastic job. They cook a great meal. They make a great cup of coffee. They have a small bar service, which is, pretty good. Great place to be on a Friday night, just to sit down and chat with some friends, pro-choice friends, and we don't care whether you're vaccinated or not. We don't care. We don't care if you have a vaccine pass or not. We don't care. I don't have one, and I have no intention of getting one. I just am going to live my life as a free New Zealander as I've always been. And the day will come when this government, when this Prime Minister fade off into the sunset and their plans, their great ideas from the World Economic Forum and those elites that seek to control us and take control of our lives will fade into nothingness. They will just be a bad memory. So anyway, New Zealanders, that's me. Have a great day. It's Sunday here. And, just chill out. Blessed be.